Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet, presented to you by Betway. I'm your host, Adam Peddle, and we are going to be breaking down the Cincinnati Reds. They are, I believe, now we're at 21st worst team, or 21st best team. I guess we're trying to flip it into positive now. 21st best team in all of baseball last year. They had, I believe, 77 wins. They were fourth in the NL Central. We're starting to get that next year of like, oh, these guys weren't the worst in their division. They actually had some sort of promise last season. And the Reds, I'm not going to lie, everybody, I am starting to buy into a little bit, just a little bit, of Red hype. Not like majorly, like, oh my God, you got superstars everywhere and this team's phenomenal. But I'm starting to buy in that this team can compete absolutely in this NL Central. And I think they got a chance, you never know, to make a run at it. Before we do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Bad for Baseball. So let's start with who left and who came in for the Cincinnati Reds. So first things first, who left? It is a decent amount of people. Hard to kind of see here because of all the red if you're watching on video. But Jacob Eunice, starting pitcher, he left. He was an arm for them. Buck Farmer, relief pitcher, he's gone. Ahmed Rosario, utility guy, he's going over to the Washington Nationals that we broke down earlier in this series. Justin Wilson, he's gone over to the Boston Red Sox, signs a one-year deal. Luke Maile, minor league deal with the Kansas City Royals. And then Ty France, he's been bouncing around, but he ends up in Minnesota. He was a dude. And they also traded away Jonathan India, if you guys remember, in that Brady Singer deal. He's been a long time stay. Rookie of the Year candidate back in 2021, was it? I actually can't remember if he won Rookie of the Year. I think he may have won last. Well, you correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, if he won or didn't. But he's gone. They traded for Brady Singer in order to get Mr. Matt McLean a little bit more playing opportunities over there at second base. But who do they get coming in? I mentioned Brady Singer. That was a pretty good addition for them last year. Still 28 years old, Brady Singer going to be added to being that number 2 right now for the Cincinnati Reds. They also traded for Gavin Lux from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Little sneaky addition right there. Can play some second base, can play some shortstop. Right now slotted in as a DH. Austin Hayes from the Philadelphia Phillies. He's been bouncing around. He was with Baltimore. Then he gets traded to the Phillies. Then he becomes a free agent and then signs with this Cincinnati Red team. And I like that. I like Austin Hayes quite a lot. Did some good things over there in Baltimore. They traded for Jose Trevino, the catcher. They did a lot of trading this offseason. They also traded for Taylor Rogers from the San Francisco Giants, splitting up the Rogers brothers. Boo! Boo! And then they also acquired Scott Barlow, who was once a very highly touted bullpen guy. Maybe still got in the tank. Who knows? They're very volatile. But that's a lot of stuff coming in and coming out. Now, a lot of people don't like to sign with the Cincinnati Reds, so I understand why they made a lot of trades this offseason. But honestly, they are looking kind of sneaky good. And the big kind of questions I have is like, is this sneaky good team going to be good enough to win them and get them and beat AL Central teams? Potentially. Let's break down that whole team, starting with the lineup. Last year, they were ranked 26th in average, 22 in on-base percentage, 21st in on-base plus slugging, 16th in run scored, 19th in home runs, and 3rd in stolen bases because of this guy, Ellie De La Cruz, they have. Just a random guy. No, just kidding. He's becoming a major superstar. Yeah, I mean, looking at the top of the lineup right now, TJ Friedl, I'll be the first to say here, a lot of these Cincinnati Reds, maybe it's because it's a Central team in the NL, and I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan in the AL, but they've got a lot of really young and really kind of exciting dudes. TJ Friedl, he was an MVP 23 one season. I totally missed this. He had a nice batting average, hit 18 home runs in 138 games with an OPS of 819. That's a solid guy right there. He did that in 2023. Last year, looks like he got hurt and just underperformed and had that 690 OPS. So I got to give TJ Friedl a little bit more respect. Can he find somewhere in between those years and stay healthy this season? That's your leadoff guy. That's a guy as well, I believe, can steal some bags, 27 bags in 2023. Can he get you 30 this season to really jump out and be the impact guy? And then following him, Ellie De La Cruz. 6.4 WAR last season. This is a legit guy now. He stole a crap load of bases. 67 bags, hits 25 home runs, and that gives you an OPS of 809. Legit guy now. He's a legit dude. He's the cover of MLB The Show, sharing it with Gunnar and sharing it with Paul Skeens, the young guys. Then batting third, Matt McLain. You missed him last year. You really did miss Matt McLain. And one of my buddies drafted him in fantasy last year. Be like, don't worry, this guy's going to be a legit dude. And I was like, what are you talking about? I looked at last year's numbers. Holy crap, in 89 games. Or last year, 2023 numbers. 290 batting average. OPS, 864. OPS plus 127. Rookie of the year 5. Sneaky good dude. And again, can steal you a couple bags. 14 stolen bases last year. This is going to be a fun, fast team for real. Can he bounce back, and can he be the guy? He's going to have regular playing time at second base now that there is no Jonathan India. Then batting fourth, Tyler Stevens is a legit dude. He's been here for a while. He had an OPS of 782 in that 4 spot catching for the Cincinnati Reds. They have Jake Fraley. They got a couple years ago from the Seattle Mariners. Spencer Steer, a legit depth guy, just solid, filling up the lineup. Jeimer Candelario, they signed a couple years ago. He was supposed to be a big bopper for them. He's 31 years old. What can you get from him this year? Then, of course, like I said, Gavin Lux, Austin Hayes, some depth options. The lineup is deep. There's not holes here. There's no spot other than maybe Gavin Lux because he's more of a glove than a bat. Maybe I'm speaking on my ass when I say that. But there's no holes. There's questions, and there's guys who need to improve, and bounce back like McLain and Friedel. But if they do what they're supposed to do, what they have been doing, the top 4 is all developed talent. This team is going to be very decent. And I see very decent. I don't want to say they're very good. They're definitely not the Yankees or the Orioles or the Dodgers. But they're a legit lineup, and there's not a lot of holes, and that's all you can ask for when you're a Central team and you're not spending that much money. Then you go look at this rotation, and they finally had Hunter Green break out. He was that guy for them last year. Almost a 4 WAR, 26 starts, 150 innings. He was legit. That speed finally did something. ERA of 2.75. That's your top-end guy. He's amazing. And then you add Brady Singer into the mix. And for the Kansas City Royals last year, he was a very reliable dude. Last year, he had a 3.71 ERA. But the years prior, he's been very up and down. As you can see, 2021, bad year, 0 WAR. 2022, very good year, 4.5 WAR. Then he had a bad year in 2023, then a very good year in 2024. What are you going to get? What version are you going to get from Brady Singer this year? We'll find out. He's still a young kind of guy. Maybe he did figure it out. We'll see. But that's your number 2. Andrew Abbott can give you some decent options every single day, every single game. He doesn't have overpowering stuff, but it's good enough to kind of be a solid 3-4 guy in your rotation. Then you got Nick Martinez, and this dude, ever since coming back, has been awesome. Dude, look at this guy. Chase rate is unbelievable. Doesn't get the strikeouts, but the walk percentage, the barrels, no one's hitting up. This guy's creating weak contact. He's been very good. That's, again, a good 3-4 guy right there. And then Nick Lodolo rounding out that rotation. I like this rotation because you're anchoring it with that Hunter Green breakout. If you can get that again from Hunter Green, and then everyone can kind of give you a chance to win any given day, pair that up with that lineup, that's very good. Now, can that bullpen hold on to a lead? Yes, they can. The bullpen was good. Good for NL Central teams. They were middle of the pack, 18th in ERA, 18th in WHIP. The strikeout per 9 was top 10. That's phenomenal. A walk per 9 was top 10. I didn't even mention this, but starting pitching, again, they're a average to above average team. And they went and they added to this bullpen, too. They add Taylor Rogers. That's a legit setup guy right there. He had a 2.40 ERA with the San Francisco Giants last year. And then Scott Barlow, that's a dart throw that I really, really like a lot in that pen. Honestly, guys, this rotation, this bullpen, it's good enough. It's good enough to get you an opportunity to win games. And the lineup, too. It's good enough. There's the only superstars here I'm looking at are Ellie De La Cruz and Hunter Green. Bona fide, legit dudes, right? Taylor Rogers, the bona fide setup man. Alex Diaz has got a very good arm in that pen. Let's see what he can do this year. And then everybody else, up and down the whole roster is just depth, legit depth. And with that being said, I like this. And when you're looking at, again, that NL Central, are they better than the Pirates? I'd say so. Definitely better than the Pirates. Their bullpen's better. You can make an argument for that rotation, but I like the depth better for the Reds. They have a better top-end guy in Skeens, but I like the depth better for the Reds. I like their lineup better. I'm looking at the Cardinals. Are the Reds going to be better than the Cardinals this year? With them taking a step back? Potentially. Brewers and Cubs, you got to see. But can they be a third-place team? I think so, man. I think I'm starting to drink a little bit of the Reds Kool-Aid. But let's get into the over-unders right now here, presented by Betway. Hit your picks and knock out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the details section to join the action. Only available in Ontario. Must be 19 plus. Please play responsibly. The over-under right now, everybody, is 78.5, and it's even right now. It's the same as the Toronto Blue Jays. Again, they won 77 games. Are they 2 wins better? They had a lot of parts going out, but I really do think that with a couple guys coming in, maybe I'm being optimistic, a couple guys coming in, a weak NL Central. They have another team to beat up on, which is the St. Louis Cardinals. They can try to beat up on the Pirates. They're going to be tough. Honestly, folks, I am leaning. I'm leaning over. Slight over again. 82 wins. 82 wins. 81 wins for this team. Couple wins over. I like it. I think if they get a couple bounce backs from injuries from their young guys, that's the thing, they were injured. It's not like they were bad. They were injured. And then they were bad and then got injured. Let's see what they can do. I like it. It's an average to maybe slightly above average team with the ceiling, but that's kind of where they're capped at right now until some major breakouts happen. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the Cincinnati Reds? Hit that like button, subscribe to Bad for Baseball's YouTube channel, and we'll catch you next time.